You are listening to episode 268 of the Peaceful Mind Podcast. Welcome to the Peaceful Mind Podcast, a place for creating the peace of mind you need to be the best mom you are created by God to be. If you want to bring more balance, more joy, and more peace to your motherhood, this is the place for you. I'm your host, certified life coach and Catholic mom, Danielle Tino. In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I want to start out, before we dive into the topic, I want to start out by giving a couple shout outs. It's two main groups. It's my longtime listeners. You guys, we are well over 250 podcasts, and a lot of you have been with me for quite a while, and I just want to say thank you. The fact that you come back again and again and again, and hopefully, my whole mission with this is to be a channel for Christ's peace and share the wisdom that I was given that has changed my life for the positive, and I want to do the same thing, and in particular for us moms who are just in the thick of it, right? And feeling like we don't have peace of mind. And that is what I hope that you come away with these episodes. And I also have to do a shout out to my new listeners. It is so super fun for someone to say, hey, I just discovered you. And I love that I can say, I'm so glad you're here. And there is a lot of content for you. Thinking that I have this many episodes and having this library, I've pretty much hit all of the main kind of concerns that us busy moms have. And I'm probably starting to just repackage them in a little way. And this topic, today's episode, I want to tell you that I want to start out with this caveat, right? I don't have any firsthand experience with fertility treatments, with adoption. I know what it was like to kind of, decide and hope and feel like it was the right time for kids and for it to not happen on my humanly timetable, and what it's like to turn over kind of control to the Lord, right? To God. But this is what I do know. I wanted to address, I have had an inquiry from a client who is dealing with this, and the coaching that she wanted was around what other people were coming up to her and saying. Those that are in the know that she is trying, having family planning in what would be, a different route than what other people would think is, I guess what's coming to word, is not conventional. I can't think of it right now, but what I mean is that she is wanting to start a family, and they have had challenges. But what she brought for the coaching had to do around other people and what they're bringing to her experience right now, and how she feels when they ask her questions, and what she feels about the timing of it all. And when I offered back my coaching, I said to myself, what I think I offered her is what I want to offer others who might be met with this scenario. Because though I might not have any adoption or fertility treatment experience, what I do have is understanding how to help guide people to handle difficult conversations and difficult questions, and to do so with a little less angst and a little bit more grace. So that is what I want to help you with today. And so if you are actually going through some of these family planning challenges, then hopefully this speaks directly to you today and gives you some peace and some wisdom and a little bit more kind of control about how to deal with other people's questions. And then for some of you, you still could get out of this episode, not on these particular subjects, but how to handle when we have the thought, like, I can't believe they asked me that, or that's such a dumb question, or it's none of their business kind of thing comes up. Okay, I hope I've made myself clear. So I'm just going to just get started on what I think would be helpful for you all for this particular episode, right? So whether you are experiencing infertility, whether you're considering adoption, in the middle of it, whether you're choosing to not have children, or you're somewhere, anywhere in between, maybe it's not right now, right? And so you've either likely faced questions that you felt were invasive or uncomfortable. And these moments, I know, can catch us off guard, right? Maybe you are at church, maybe you're at family gatherings, or maybe even in the grocery store, right? We can have these kind of questions come at us from strangers, right? And I want to add well-meaning strangers. Okay, so let's just kind of picture this common scenario, right? Let's say you're just somewhere and someone asks you, "Oh, when are you having another baby?" Or perhaps you're pursuing treatment or something like that, and somebody would say, and they have an inkling that that's happening, and they'll be like, "Any news yet?" And maybe these questions, again, while often they're well-intentioned, you yourself receiving them can feel overwhelming. It can feel overwhelming and intrusive in your life. And it's interrupting your peace, right? So the challenge, it's not just handling the questions, it's handling them while maintaining your peace of mind. And also, this is super important, staying true to what's right for you and your family, staying true to your values, what is behind and necessary for you to keep peace. So we want to be honest, right? When somebody asks us, we don't want, and this is where the coaching, when my client was bringing up that she was like, I don't want to lie. And so I get that. I get that place of integrity where you want to be honest, but I want to offer today that you also need to protect your emotional well-being, and you may choose to protect your privacy. And so I'm going to offer 7 powerful strategies for navigating these sensitive conversations. Okay? So this is where I want to give you that real-time tangible help. And not all of these are something that you might want to pursue, but as you're hearing all 7, what sticks out to you that you think sounds easy, sounds doable, sounds something that is really like loving and self-caring for you to take the time to give thought to and perhaps write out, right? And start using or just feel like you are equipped, feel like you have it there ready should you find yourself in a situation where you are met with somebody asking questions that have to do with your family planning. Okay, so here's the first one. The first one is to prepare your responses in advance. Take time to think through all the potential questions. We don't have to wait till somebody asks us one. We know what kind of question somebody might ask. And decide on your answers ahead of time. Choose ones that feel authentic to you, that feel healthy, that feel strong. And it's not about creating lies. It really is about establishing boundaries that protect your peace while still being truthful. And there is a delicate balance there, but there is a balance to find where it's not a lie, yet it is something that's protecting your peace and establishing boundaries. So taking the time to think about the questions that people might ask and prepare your responses in advance. The next thing I want you, that it's like a strategy that you could have in place, is to remember that your medical decisions and family planning choices, they are private. In our world, remember, like all of our medical files and medical history and everything, there are laws that protect this privacy. And so just knowing that you can be both kind and firm in maintaining your own privacy. So a simple response, if somebody asks you a question, could be something like, we're trusting in God's timing right now, or that's something we keep between us. You could even say that's something we keep between us and God. You can gracefully end most conversations with a response that has to do to protect your privacy around your medical decisions. Okay, here's the third. Third is where you can gently redirect the person, and you do so with love. So when someone asks about your family planning, you might say, "Thank you. Thank you for caring about our family. How are your children doing?" So this acknowledges their good intentions, right? You say thank you, but you shift the conversation. And so you come with a question around them. Now, they may, in their mind decide to label that as, oh, they're diverting it, or oh, they don't want to. But it also sends that message to them without you having to come out and say something. But starting out with that, not defense, but that offensive way of saying, thank you for caring about our family. That's then going to just, set them up, hopefully, to receiving that redirection with love. Okay, the fourth strategy I want to point out is for you to focus on what you can control. Okay, this is a repetitive thing that I tell all of you and tell all of my clients, that for sure, when we know this 100%, we can feel more peace in our life. And that is, we cannot control other people. We cannot stop them from asking these questions about us, right? So we don't want to give all of our mental energy on saying, gosh, they shouldn't do that, or I wish they wouldn't do that, right? Let's lean in and expect that people they just are. And so we want to focus on what you can control. And you can always control your response, okay? You can choose responses that maintain your peace of mind and that align with your values. And that kind of goes back to number one, right? With preparing your responses in advance. When you have a preparation, when you have a plan, like a response plan, when it comes, you'll be able to focus on what you can control more instead of being in like a reactive mode. Okay, the next strategy is to build a support network of people who understand your journey. This will include friends who have walked similar paths, your supportive spouse, obviously, your faith community, ones that do already respect your boundaries. And then also, especially if it's people who've walked similar paths, they're going to be a plethora of knowledge, because you want to tap into, how did they deal with it? What did they find out worked for them? And so you want to have this build of support so that you, outside of the people who come up to you and ask you these kind of questions that you don't want them to, that you also have your own little support network that you could maybe go to have them support you, even if you're like upset about somebody having asked, like somebody who truly knows and supports your journey. Okay. The next one is something that can probably pretty much be added into every formula of success when you're trying to navigate any challenge here in our earthly experience, and that is to practice self-compassion. I can't underscore this one enough, that these questions that someone asks us, they can catch us off guard, right? And we don't respond as we'd like sometimes. We're not going to be perfect about it, and that's okay. This is the moments where you give yourself grace, that you're in a, I guess, vulnerable place, or, you're dealing with, grieving that how you wanted things to be, smooth, more smooth for you or something, and that it's not, or if it's not happening at your own timetable, like, you're just grappling, right? This is the part of those mysteries of life when we really think we just wish we knew and had the answers, but they don't come. So give yourself some self-compassion that what you're dealing with is hard, and that you're not always going to get it right. Okay, and then the last one, I want to just plant this seed, is to remind our brain, to recall, to remember, is that most people, they ask these questions of us because they care. Really, for the most part, people have good intentions, right? They don't mean to upset us or to trigger something within, right? And so their execution might not be as graceful or smooth. We could call it very clumsy or messy, but their hearts are usually in the right place. And if we can remind our mind that, then we can maybe move past, maybe excuse, maybe not dwell on as much, like why somebody would ask us these questions. Right? So let's talk about a couple specific scenarios that you might encounter, right? So maybe someone they know, or maybe they are inquiring whether you're doing fertility treatments. You can answer them by saying, we're focusing on our relationship right now and trusting God's timing with our family planning. Okay? If somebody is asking about adoption or suggesting it, or knows that you're in the middle of it, you can have this kind of response of, we're exploring the ways God might build our family. When it comes to either decision not to have children, or decisions, maybe you can't have them, maybe you don't, the timing isn't where you are like actively planning right now, you could say, we're at peace with how God is leading our family journey. But the one thing I do know is true, is that none of you who are dealing with challenges and issues around family planning are alone. Many, many women who share our faith and who don't, right, face similar challenges. And it is okay, as I remind you today, to set boundaries that protect your peace. And if you're somebody who is currently in this particular challenge, this is what I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to write down those prepared responses, even practice them out loud, right? What does it sound like to get past that lump in your throat and say it out loud? Maybe share them with a trusted friend, definitely like your spouse, so you all are on the same page and you have this kind of like unified approach when you're met with these questions from others. And I just want you to give yourself permission to change and adjust your responses really as needed. You'll try it and kind of see what works, see what feels good, and definitely, adjust as you're on your journey. But most importantly, remember that your worth isn't tied to your family size or your structure or how it became to be. That God's love for you is complete and perfect regardless of your family planning journey. And if you're finding it challenging to maintain your peace of mind while you're navigating this type of personal challenges and the questions that may come, then I'm always inviting all of my listeners who find me here to come meet with me personally. what I offer on this podcast. I love that you all can consume and learn this way, but I will underscore that there is nothing, and I mean nothing, more helpful than actually getting into action on what I offer here. And it's easier sometimes and a little bit more of enjoyable journey when you're doing it along with somebody who knows the ins and outs, who has the processes, who has the tools, who can hold you accountable, who can support you and guide you. And I love working with you mamas to create a plan that can handle your particular challenge and situation and do it with more grace while maintaining your peace of mind. And so if that is you at this moment, then please, I'm always inviting you to come sign up with a free call to me, and I would love to give you some help. All right, everyone, I hope you found this helpful, or especially it might not pertain exactly to you in your life right now, but I bet you know somebody who it might. And so if you feel compelled, then please share this episode, giving the link and help to someone. And just know that when you do, you join me. You are a part of being a channel of God's peace to the world. All right, everyone. As always, I thank you for being here, and may peace be with you always. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the Peaceful Mind podcast. If you found value in today's episode, I'd be so grateful if you could subscribe and leave a review. It not only supports the podcast, but ensures you don't miss out on future episodes packed with insights and tools to create peace of mind in your busy mom life. And if you're of the Catholic faith like me, or any Christian mom seeking to feel better in any area of your life and to show up more calm, connected, and confident, I can help. Become an empowered mom who knows how to bring about the changes you desire, no matter the circumstances. Whether you need one-on-one guidance to get there, prefer a group coaching program with like-minded women, or a self-study course, I've got you covered. Explore my private one-on-one packages, join my Busy to Balance group life coaching program, or delve into my signature course, Divine Time. To find out which path is right for you, let's meet and see what's the best fit. Schedule a free call with me at danielleteenel.com, or send me a direct message on Facebook or Instagram at Danielle Teenel Coaching. And also, don't forget to get your copy of my book, The Cyclone Mom Method: How to Call on Your God-Given Power to Remain Calm, in Control, and Confident as a Busy Mom. Dive into the digital and bonus audio version when you go to book.danielleteenel.com/new-book. You'll find all the details in the show notes too. Until next time, peace be with you always.